it's Kaipachu with the weekly Pele report for April 6th of the year 2020, a year that we will never forget. The moon is now in Libra. Just had that full moon yesterday. Mars is still square Uranus, but that moon moves into Scorpio on Wednesday and then moves on through Scorpio. It opposes Uranus, squares Mars over there in Aquarius, and then on Friday goes into Sagittarius. From Sagittarius, she moves right along, has a very nice trine to the sun on Sunday before she goes into Capricorn. Then, after Capricorn, she's going to, of course, bump into the South Node, goes into Jupiter. She conjoins with Jupiter. By Tuesday, she conjoins with Pluto. And we have a moon square sun on Tuesday. So yeah, I mean, the big thing happening here is Sun square Pluto. I mean, it's pretty much all week. It's really exact, you know, on Monday and Tuesday. The other thing is Mercury going into Aries. Mercury is going into Aries exactly on Friday. And you know what he's going to do there? He's going to come into a square with the moon's nodes and then a conjunction with Chiron. So we're going to have Mercury bopping through Aries. Okay, very important conjunction, I think, there. And I'm going to be talking about that one quite a bit. We know that Lilith is also hanging around up there in Aries, and may address that a little bit. So, and the last thing is the sun will not only conjoin, well, it's going to conjoin with Eris. Don't forget, we have like a 3-year square, 2019, 2020, and 2021. Eris square Pluto. I can do a whole speech on that one. In fact, I think I am for Astrology Rising. Anyway, Sun is going to be conjunct Eris square Pluto, and then move into a square to Jupiter, still conjunct Eris. Very, very powerful time. Eris. Let's talk about it.
Okay, everybody, today is Wednesday. I went up to the waterfall on Monday because my license plate ends in 3, so it was okay to drive on Monday. But today, I'm home, and I can't leave. I could go out tomorrow for essentials, but then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Santa Semana here in Costa Rica, I just have to stay home. So it's like home, 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 home. Ah! Got the badminton net out there. You know, you gotta be staying in shape here these days. Oh my goodness gracious. This is really a trial. This is a challenge. Let's look at some of what's going on here today. Particularly, I want to talk about Eris. Okay, Eris is not only the goddess of discord and strife, who bore Horcus. Her son was basically oath that if you are a liar or you break your promises. She is the sister of Aries. She enjoys, okay, strife and dissension and war. She would be on the battlefield right next to her brother Aries, and even after all the gods left the battlefield, she was still there enjoying the sight of blood. I mean, this is Kali, yes, you know, the destroyer goddess. Very interesting that it's the feminine that gives birth, and then it can be the feminine that takes away the life. You know, Pluto, even Pluto, god of the underworld, he stays down in the underworld. You know, it's Aries and Eris that, you know, send him, the killers, send people down to Pluto. So Pluto is already there. Pluto is the internal transmutation, transformation that occurs after the loss of that ego, third dimensional consciousness of separation. So we have now Pluto square Eris. Eris goes around every 580 years or so. Okay, over twice as slow as Pluto. And she is just sitting there at 23, 24 degrees of Aries. The sun is coming around to conjunct Eris, squaring Jupiter and Pluto, okay, this week. This is why I'm talking about this. But I just want to say that Eris first Pluto came into square with Eris last year, 2019, in April. Okay, they were square 23 to 23 degrees. Pluto stationed and went retrograde. Then it came back. Pluto had so the next square of Eris was January 26th of this year. And then he's going to go back again. He's going to go retrograde. Right? And June 14th at 24 degrees, another square. And then back again December 10th at 23 degrees. And then in 2021, in August 27th at 27 degrees. No, 24 degrees. They're not even moving, not even a degree. Right, and then finally in October 9th of 2021, Pluto finishes the final exact square to Eris, but they're going to dance, astrologers usually give 3 degrees to a square. If we give 3 degrees to this square, it started back in 2017, and it's going to go on until 2023, 2024, when Pluto gets out of Capricorn. This is like a 5-year. And what is this square? We just want to really understand. For me, I feel like she is the goddess of karma. She is the goddess of retribution. She comes in as a destroyer that enjoys taking us out. And we want to look at what this is about. And, I want to also, correspond that with today's mantra, okay, like with, the way that I really feel and what this is all about is that this is a huge turning point in history. This is not just another year or not just another flu or not just another virus. This is a huge turning point, okay, that astrologers have seen, the Hopi Indians have seen, the Aborigines have seen, the Mayans have seen, Tom Kenyon, the Hathors, okay, have seen, Sylvia Brown. It's like, hello. Everybody has seen this that is tapped into the greater cycles of time and evolutionary growth that humanity is going through. And for me, the way that I want to interpret this, okay, is that we have come from the matriarchy. And the matriarchy, the feminine, is just that we're all one, we're all merged, we're all psychically connected, emotionally connected, mentally, even physically. It's just like back in Lemuria, back in Atlantis, we were all just flowing in this matriarchal bliss and of peace and unity and oneness. And then came the patriarchy. And this patriarchy was a necessary evolutionary stage and process for us to separate, for us to individuate, for us to become aware of our each and own unique, precious, special genius. And so we went from the matriarchy, and we went from clans Okay, and then we went from emperors, okay, to kings, and we went from, tribes and clans down into families, and then the families even like broke up and separated, and we've gotten into individualized, I, me, my. The narcissists, okay, and we've since the 60s and the 70s and the 80s, there's just been this more selfish, self-pleasuring, self-discovery, I, my feelings, my emotions, my needs. Now we've got a bunch of what, a sociopath is an extreme narcissist, and a sociopath, we have them all over the place. Look at what's going on here. Okay, Putin, right? I mean, the one in charge of Russia, the one in charge of China, they have extended their terms indefinitely, right? They want to stay ruling like forever, like we want to be kings again. Trump is going to try to pull off the same thing, I am sure. He's going to want to stay in that office and not leave. Okay, we've got Bolsonaro, down in Brazil. We've got, so many narcissists. Okay, and our rulers are a reflection of the general population. So it's just as if what we have done now, okay, I feel like we have reached the peak of, it's like the wave has separated as far out of the ocean as it can. We have separated. We have like, I want to be different, LGBTQA, whatever, it's like I am unique, I'm different, I'm special, I'm da-da-da. I want to be honored and respected for my, diverse views and viewpoints and da-da-da-da-da, my beliefs and my approaches and my expression. I want to, dress like this and tattoo and pierce and what, I want to do like everything and anything and da-da-da-da. And now it's what? It's time for the wave to return to the sea. It's time for us to like start taking care. And the Aboriginals, I did this whole thing. I'm having these conversations with my community every Sunday. We just get on a group Zoom call and we all just rap. And I was talking about, in fact, I'll put the link for this Aboriginal, grand channeling of the grandmothers of the Aborigines, and talking about, okay, how we have gotten so far away from the tribe, so far away from the family, so far away of our humanness, taking care of the elders, taking care of each other. And we've separated into this place of so much individuation that now there is this sense, and what she talks about is this extreme need to produce, to build an economy, okay, to make money and to spend money on the latest gadgets and the latest gizmos and the latest outfits and the latest fashions and the latest toys and the latest cars and the latest, and we've all gotten into production, and we're working and we're stressing, and the environment is stressed because humanity is stressed, okay, and the economy is stressed, and 5G speeding things up is even more. The electronic, the EMFs are stressing out, okay, the biosphere, our whole ecology, Mother Nature, Mother Earth has been stressed. And what is a virus? A virus is a toxic that is released from a cell that is stressed. The cells of the bat, okay, or like SARS or MERS was a camel, okay, these come from different animals. I mean, so our biosphere, our animals, our four-legged and two-legged and winged friends, okay, have been getting stressed, with forest fires and hurricanes, and our lack of attention to our planet, to Mother Nature, to Earth, calling climate change a hoax, okay, as things just get destroyed, okay, and forest fires left blazing, and I mean, just like neglect. The feminine, the great mother, has been severely neglected. And this is very symbolic of Capricorn, with the opposite being Cancer, the north node of the moon in Cancer, of home. We're being forced to stay home. We're being forced to reflect. We're being forced to come into the feminine need for nurturing, for protecting the innocent, for protecting our environment and our children and our offspring and the future. It's just like, this is so, it's like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. I've been saying for years, if you came to any of my workshops, okay, I've said if you want job security, I was saying this in 2018, 2019, if you want job security, get involved in the health industry. Just become a healer. Okay, a doctor, a nurse, a shaman, a therapist, okay, an astrologer, a counselor, a coach. It's just like, a yoga teacher. It's just like, there's your job security. We have gotten so out of sync, out of tune with what it is to be human, that this is a correctional phase. This is an evolutionary phase. And we don't want to be blaming, okay, this, that, or the other thing. We can just kind of say that the sine wave has dipped down as low as it's going to go, okay? And we have individuated to this point where, we are all solitary. We're in super isolation right now. It's so symbolic. And we are going to re-emerge back into family, back into tribe, back into clan, back into unity consciousness, back into the age of Aquarius with the individualized unity in diversity. This has been purposeful. We are all unique. We are more diversified now. And we're all going to come back to the table. We're going to come back to the community. We're going to come back to global, consciousness with our own unique insights and approaches that hopefully can all be honored, respected, and accepted. So this is just like, this is just like a big turning point. And this turning point, like I've said before, it's going to take a few years. People are now already going, it's like, okay, well, this is enough. We got to get that economy back on track. We got to get back to producing. And the grandmother says it's, this is a crisis in people feeling worthless. Like you're worthless if you're not productive. You're worthless if you're sick. You're worthless if you can't produce, if you can't earn money, if you can't spend money, if you can't consume. We don't want you. You're just on the fringe. It's just, and it's just like, is that what the meaning of our existence is to produce and consume? Are we just producers and consumers? I don't think so. It's a beautiful time to reflect. So people say, when is this going to be over? I see things kind of coming over probably when the sun moves into Gemini and Venus does her retrograde in Gemini. Venus is going to be doing her whole retrograde cycle, okay, through Gemini this year from May 13th until June 25th, 6 weeks. Right now, the nice thing is she's in early Gemini, Mars is in early Aquarius. They're going to travel together in trine as she slows down, and then she's going to go retrograde and Mars is going to keep going forward. But I see things coming, basically, Pluto turns retrograde April 26th. Saturn turns retrograde May 12th. Jupiter turns retrograde a few days after. Mid-May, we've got Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto all retrograde. And it's like this wave has come in. Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. Okay, January, February, March, April. Boom. Yeah. And now they're going to Okay, as of May, things are going to, maybe open up. It's time to revolt. It's time to reflect, redo, release, reform, restructure. Okay, redo, retrograde. They're going to stay retrograde June, July, August, and they're going to go direct again in September. And believe me, towards the end of this year, it's going to get more intense than it is now. Because Jupiter is going to come all the way up to Saturn. Okay, after Pluto, it's going to come back up to Saturn. Pluto is going to come back into that square with Eris in December. Okay, December and January. It's after the U.S. elections. So this is almost like a forewarning. To me, this is like a wake up call. And what's going to continue to happen? It's just just mark my words, right? We either learn our lesson and we balance. To me, it's health and money. Healthcare takes money. Are we going to spend money on healthcare, on caring for the aged and the old and the sick and the babies, and more on education? Okay, are we going to really move more into a socialism? Okay, as actually I got this new word right from that meditation this weekend. I was watching the meditation. Matriarchy, patriarchy, and then he says it can go to heterarchy, and finally synarchy. Synergy, S-Y-N. I like it. Synarchy. We can be moving from patriarchy to synarchy, where we're moving from male-dominated, conquering, separating, raping our resources and the planet, and, just greedy, gluttonous self-satisfaction, into synergy. Taking care of the biosphere, taking care of our planet, taking care of each other. It's like we're all in synergy. So let's go into synarchy. Anyway, we're either going to get it or we're not. And we're going to try to go back, kickstart the economy, do it all over again. Start chasing the money, start stressing people out, just go back to, as much of business as usual as is absolutely possible. Get back on that capitalistic track, okay, of gluttonous greed and I, me, my, and then what's gonna happen? Another virus. COVID-19 will just turn into, well, yeah, I was watching Greg Braden. He's very awesome. He explains this very good. The CO means corona. Okay, it's a coronavirus. The VI means that it's a virus, and the D means that it's, I don't know, deadly or something. And then the -19 is that it was discovered in 2019, right? So you know what? We're just going to get another virus. If it's not from a bat or a camel, okay, it'll be from a rat or something else. I mean, it's just like we're going to continue to be reminded, the feminine, okay, through Eris. She's going to kill us. This is, strife, discord, plagues, disasters, until we wake up that we're here together. We need to pay attention to science and stop going with this is a hoax and that's a hoax, and stop listening to science, stop listening to research, stop paying attention to the natural world that is giving us signals. Come on. Knock off all this conspiracy theory BS. It's just like, look at what's happening. People are dropping dead. Doing, 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 Oh, it's the black hats, or it's this or that or the other thing. My ass. It's Eris. That's who it is. It's the feminine that's coming back to straighten out. Okay? What has been set asunder. These are karmic freaking times. Saturn and Capricorn have to do with consequences. We are dealing with consequences, okay, of, 5G messing with the electromagnetic fields of the planet, speeding things up unnaturally, okay, creating stressful situations for ourselves and our lives and all the plants and all the animals and the forests and the icebergs and the fish. And it's just like everything is so stressed out. It releases toxic viruses. And it's going to be one after the other, after the other, after the other, until we chill out. So as of May, the north node of the moon goes into Gemini, which is learn, research, okay, study, observe, get it together, man. For a year and a half, that north node in Gemini, okay, is going to, like, I really feel like there's going to be a lot of discoveries, a lot of, awakenings, a lot of aha moments, and, we will master this, we will get this, okay, we will adapt, our immune systems will evolve, our genetic structure, our DNA, the virus has got this DNA. It's DNA surrounded with protein, and it goes in and it's changing our DNA. So our DNA is getting modified. This is an evolutionary progression, and we will make it through. We will evolve, and we will be better as a result of it. But it's hard going, so hang in there. So all I've got to say, because I could just go on forever, there is no greater teacher than Mother Nature herself. Yeah. Who's telling us it's time to learn that health is our greatest wealth. You'd think we would know that already. I mean, it's an old saying, isn't it? Your health is your greatest wealth. I mean, this isn't like, I just downloaded this out of the future. Salud. When you toast in Spanish, it's to your health, I mean, it's health, 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 health. I hope you're exercising and you're doing your diet good and you're not sitting watching Netflix getting too fat, but you're, playing badminton or doing jumping jacks or, wrestling or making love till you sweat. But just like, come on. Get healthy, stay healthy, get strong. We're going to move through this. Like I say, it's going to lighten up towards the end of May. June, July, and August is we'll have some, and it'll be very interesting to see how we use our free will and either get on top of this or get another reminder next fall. Yeah. And that may be more economic than physical, but you can see that they're tied together. Health and economy. Let's not make it either or. Let's make it both and more. There is no greater teacher than Mother Nature herself, who's telling us it's time to learn that health is our greatest wealth. May you stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.